Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. But let me just tell you right now, I am typing this so incredibly fast because my editor is literally screaming at me about deadlines, and I am just running on coffee and pure adrenaline at this point. So please forgive me if this sounds like a massive chaotic brain dump because that is exactly what it is. I have so much to tell you about what is going down on The Bold and the Beautiful this Tuesday, March 31, and it is absolutely unhinged. Like truly, I cannot even believe the level of drama we are about to witness. And I just need to get all this raw information out of my head and onto the screen before I collapse from exhaustion. So grab a snack and buckle up because we are going deep into this Cliff House mess. And it all starts with Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp thinking they are so smart, but they are not. They are really not. They thought they had this perfect little window of opportunity because Steffie Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan packed up the kids and went on this cute little overnight camping trip, which honestly sounds exhausting to me, but whatever. They needed family time. So the Cliff House is empty and Taylor is sitting there all alone, and she decides this is the perfect time to call up Deacon and have him sneak over for a romantic evening, because apparently sneaking around in her office at work was not dangerous enough for them. They had to bring this mess into Steffie's house, the very house where Steffie has strictly forbidden Taylor from bringing Deacon. But Taylor just cannot help herself. Her desires are completely overriding her logic right now. So Deacon lies to his wife. He tells Sheila Sharp that he has this big, important dinner date with his daughter, Hope Logan Spencer, and Sheila buys it because why wouldn't she? Sheila has been trying so hard to be the good wife and support Deacon, and she knows he wants to reconnect with Hope. So she lets him go, and Deacon heads straight to the Cliff House, and he brings pizza, a pizza box from Il Giardino, which is just the dumbest move ever, because you are having a secret affair with your crazy wife's mortal enemy, and you bring a highly identifiable prop from your own restaurant and just leave it sitting around on the table downstairs. But Deacon is not exactly known for being a criminal mastermind. He is just thinking about getting into Taylor's bed. And then we have Sheila. Oh man, Sheila. She is having a little chat with Lee Finnegan at the restaurant. And Lee just casually mentions that Finn and Steffie took the kids camping and that Taylor is all alone at the Cliff House. And Sheila actually feels bad for Taylor because remember they had that whole bonding moment on the roof when Taylor saved Sheila's life and then Sheila saved Taylor's life. Sheila still thinks they have this weird connection. So she decides she is going to be a good person and go check on Taylor. She buys flowers. She genuinely wants to just drop by and keep Taylor company so she does not feel lonely. It is almost sad when you think about it. But this is Sheila we are talking about. Things never stay wholesome for long. So Sheila drives up to the Cliff House. She goes to the front door. She knocks, no answer. She knocks again, still nothing. And a normal person would just leave the flowers on the porch and go home. But Sheila is not normal. She is Sheila Carter Sharp. So she wanders around to the back of the house. She looks through the glass. She tries the sliding door and she lets herself in because, of course, the door is unlocked. Nobody in Los Angeles ever locks their doors, I swear. So Sheila steps inside the Cliff House holding her little bouquet of flowers, and the house is quiet at first, but then she hears it. The moaning, the loud, strange groans coming from the master bedroom upstairs, and Sheila panics. But she does not panic because she thinks her husband is cheating on her. No, she panics because she thinks Taylor is dying. She thinks Taylor is up there having a medical emergency or being attacked by an intruder. Because in Sheila's twisted mind, she is the hero of this story. She is going to save her good friend Taylor. So what does she do? She goes into Steffie's kitchen and she grabs a massive butcher knife because obviously you need a butcher knife to perform a rescue mission. And she runs up the stairs. She gets to the bedroom door. She jiggles the handle. It is locked. Thank goodness Taylor and Deacon at least remembered to lock the bedroom door. But a locked door is not going to stop. Sheila on a mission. She yells out to Taylor. She shakes the knob, and then she just rears back and kicks the door right off its hinges. Just bam. Splinters flying everywhere. The door crashes open, and Sheila bursts into the room brandishing this massive shiny butcher knife ready to stab whatever invisible attacker is hurting Taylor. And the scene she walks into is just pure comedy and terror mixed together. Taylor is in the bed, half naked, and she sees Sheila burst in with a weapon. Taylor's heart probably stops beating entirely in that moment. She is absolutely terrified. She throws her hands up and she just starts frantically begging for her life. She is crying out and pleading, saying, "Don't do this, Sheila. Please don't kill me." Because Taylor fully believes that Sheila has figured everything out and has come to slaughter her in her own bed. The sheer panic on Taylor's face is going to be acting gold. I cannot wait to watch it. But here's the crazy part. This is not the moment Sheila finds out about the affair, because Sheila is just standing there looking at Taylor, looking at the knife, looking back at Taylor. And Sheila is so confused. She lowers the knife a little bit and she says to Taylor, "I didn't come here to kill you. I came here to save you. I heard you screaming in pain." And Taylor is just sitting there sweating profusely, trying to process what is happening. And then it slowly dawns on Sheila. The noises she heard were not groans of pain. They were groans of pleasure. Taylor was not dying. Taylor was having a really, really good time. And when Sheila realizes this, her whole demeanor changes. She drops the scary killer vibe and she gets almost giddy. She gets this creepy little smile on her face and she starts teasing Taylor. Like, "Oh my goodness, Dr. Hayes, you have a man in here? Who is the lucky guy?" Sheila is actually excited for her. She is putting Taylor on the spot with all these super uncomfortable questions, asking where the mystery man went, asking if it is Ridge Forrester, asking if Taylor is finally moving on and having some fun. And Taylor is just trapped. She cannot say a word. She is trying to breathe and play it cool, but she is completely malfunctioning. So where is Deacon during all of this? Well, let me tell you, Deacon is freaking out harder than anyone has ever freaked out in the history of this show. When Sheila started rattling that doorknob, Deacon knew exactly who it was. He recognized the voice, and he knew that if Sheila caught him in that bed with Taylor, his life was over, literally over. So while Sheila was busy kicking the door down, Deacon threw himself out of the bed. He scrambled across the floor. He tried to hide inside the room for a split second, maybe behind a chair or in the closet or under the bed. But he realized that was a terrible idea. Sheila would find him. So Deacon does the only thing a desperate, cowardly man can do in that situation. He goes for the window. He opens the second-story bedroom window and he just throws himself out. And he does not have time to grab his clothes. He does not have time to grab his shoes. He just goes out the window in his birthday suit, naked as the day he was born. He climbs down the side of the cliff house, which sounds incredibly painful and dangerous, by the way, and he lands in the bushes outside. And B viewers are going to see Deacon crouching in the dirt, in the dark, completely naked, freezing his butt off and hiding in the bushes. He is in full-blown panic mode. He is shivering and he is terrified. He is looking up at the window, praying that Sheila does not look out and see his bare behind shining in the moonlight. He knows the absolute catastrophic damage Sheila could do if she found him like this. He is probably imagining Sheila coming downstairs with that butcher knife and finding him in the hydrangeas. It is humiliating and it is terrifying, and it is exactly what Deacon deserves for being so stupid. Back up in the bedroom, Sheila is still interrogating Taylor. But Taylor is not giving up any names. She is just stammering and trying to get Sheila to leave. And eventually Sheila decides to respect Taylor's privacy. She wraps up all the mystery man questions. She puts the knife down or takes it with her, I don't even know. And she leaves the room. She tells Taylor to have a good night and she walks out. And Taylor just collapses on the bed, gasping for air, thanking her lucky stars that she survived. Deacon and Taylor are going to feel like they just pulled off the greatest escape of the century. They're going to think they got away with their massive Cliff House blunder. But they are so wrong because Sheila might be crazy, but she is not stupid. Sheila's powers of deduction are going to become a huge problem very, very soon. The countdown is officially on when it comes to Sheila's vengeance, because as Sheila is leaving the premises, she does not just shut her brain off. She is walking back down the stairs and she is looking around and she starts mulling things over. First of all, there is that pizza box, the Il Giardino pizza box sitting right there on the table. Sheila sees it and she stops and she thinks about it. Why does Taylor have a pizza from her husband's restaurant? Did she order delivery? Did someone pick it up? It is a weird little detail that just sticks in Sheila's mind. And then there are the clothes. Because remember, Deacon jumped out the window naked. He left his shirt, his pants, his shoes, his everything right there on the floor in Taylor's bedroom. And Sheila definitely saw discarded men's clothes. She might not have recognized them immediately in the heat of the moment, but as she drives away, her brain is going to start cataloging all these little clues. And the biggest clue of all is going to be the timeline. Sheila knows that Deacon was supposed to be having dinner with Hope tonight, but here is Taylor having a secret romantic evening with a mystery man who eats Il Giardino pizza and leaves his clothes on the floor. Sheila's intuition is going to start tingling. She is not going to put it all together tonight. That alone will not be enough to convince Sheila that Deacon was the one in Taylor's bed, but the hints are starting to pile up fast and heavy. So what does Sheila do next? She decides to do a little fact checking. In the coming episodes, we are going to see Sheila track down Hope Logan Spencer, because if Deacon was really with Hope, then Sheila has nothing to worry about. But if Hope is lying, then Sheila knows her husband is up to something shady. So Sheila corners Hope and she starts asking her all these very specific questions about their father-daughter dinner. Where did they eat? What did they talk about? What time did he get there? What time did he leave? And Hope is just going to crumble. Hope is a terrible liar on a good day. But right now she is carrying the weight of her father's massive explosive secret. She knows that if she screws up this lie, Sheila might actually murder her dad. So Hope is sweating. She is avoiding eye contact. She is stumbling a bit through the interrogation. Her answers are awkward and forced. She is trying so hard to cover for Deacon, but it is painfully obvious that she is making things up on the fly. And Sheila is just staring a hole straight through her. Sheila is basically a human lie detector when she is suspicious. And she is going to leave that conversation with Hope absolutely convinced that Hope is covering for Deacon, which is just going to make Hope feel even worse. Hope is already stressing out so much about this whole situation. She is happily remarried to Liam right now, and she just wants to live her peaceful life with her kids. And speaking of Hope and Liam, let me just go on a quick tangent here because the fans are going absolutely wild on social media right now. Everybody is talking about Annika Noel and how she has been wearing these super baggy shirts and oversized blazers on the show lately. The wardrobe choices are very suspicious. Fans are totally buzzing that Annika might be pregnant in real life. And if she is pregnant, then maybe the writers are going to write a new baby storyline for Hope and Liam, which would be so sweet because Beth and Kelly would love a little sibling. But right now, Hope does not have time to think about babies because she is too busy trying to keep her dad from getting sliced up by his psychotic wife. So Hope runs to her brother, Deke Sharp, and she is just in a total panic. She frets to Deke about how much Sheila has uncovered. She tells him about the interrogation and how awkward it was and how she knows Sheila didn't believe her. And Deke is going to start freaking out too. He is going to wonder if Hope thinks Sheila already found out about Deacon betraying her with Taylor. Deke is going to realize that their dad is in extreme danger. The whole Sharp family is just going to be living in a state of pure anxiety, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And while all this is happening, we cannot forget about Steffie. Oh my gosh, Steffie is going to absolutely lose her mind. So Steffie and Finn and the kids come home from their cute little camping trip. They walk into the Cliff House expecting everything to be normal. But instead, they find the master bedroom door completely kicked off its hinges and splintered into a million pieces. And Steffie is going to demand answers. Taylor is going to have to confess what happened. Well, maybe not the whole naked Deacon part, but she is going to have to tell Steffie that Sheila broke in with a butcher knife, and Steffie is going to blow her top. She is going to flip out over what happened while she was gone. Steffie has warned Taylor so many times. She told her over and over again to stay away from Deacon. She told her that Sheila would find out and that it would put their entire family in danger. She even threatened to ban Taylor from seeing her grandchildren if she didn't stop. And now Taylor has literally brought the danger right into Steffie's home. Steffie is going to rip into Taylor so hard. She is going to yell at her for putting herself in such a dangerous situation and for being so incredibly selfish. The mother-daughter relationship is going to be severely damaged by this. And then Steffie is going to direct her rage at Deacon next, because Deacon is just as responsible for this mess. Steffie is going to launch a massive confrontation with Deacon. She is going to scream at him for sneaking into her house and disrespecting her boundaries. And Steffie is going to panic. She is going to sound the alarm over Taylor's safety because she knows that Sheila is going to put the puzzle pieces together eventually. And Steffie is right, because Sheila is not going to stop digging. She is going to keep thinking about the pizza box. She is going to keep thinking about the clothes. She is going to keep replaying Hope's awkward lies in her head. And it probably won't be long until she feels absolutely certain that Deacon and Taylor are a thing. The spoilers say that by the end of next week, Sheila is going to fully figure out the truth. She is going to know that her husband has been sleeping with the woman she thought was her friend. And when that realization hits, it is going to bring out all of Sheila's menacing tendencies. But here is the real twist. Sheila is not going to just grab a gun and go shoot them in an alley. No. The spoilers say she is going to set up some revenge shockers. She is going to revert to a much worse, more sinister version of herself. Instead of confronting the duo or grabbing a weapon again, she might decide to just mess with Taylor and Deacon's heads for a while. She is going to drag out her vengeful plan. She is going to leave the pair guessing about her next move. Imagine how terrifying that is going to be for Deacon and Taylor. They are going to know that Sheila knows, but Sheila is going to pretend she is still in the dark while she is secretly plotting their absolute destruction. It is psychological warfare. Sheila is going to smile at Deacon and make him breakfast while she is figuring out exactly how to ruin his life. She is going to bring Taylor more flowers while she is plotting to take everything she loves. It is going to be so dark and so twisted, and I am honestly so here for it. Because let's be real, Deacon and Taylor brought this entirely on themselves. They knew the risks, they knew who they were dealing with, but they just couldn't keep their hands off each other. And now they are going to have to pay the ultimate price. The next few weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful are going to be absolute must-watch television. The tension is going to be so thick, you could cut it with Sheila's butcher knife. And that is not even mentioning all the other crazy stuff happening on the show right now, like Brooke and Ridge walking in on RJ and Electra making out in the design office, which is just hilarious and awkward. And Brooke and Ridge plotting to destroy Katie's fashion house, which is just so petty and vindictive. And Ivy pushing Electra and RJ together while completely hiding the fact that she stole Electra's letter and ruined her relationship with Will. There are so many secrets and lies bubbling under the surface right now, and every single one of them is about to explode. But the main event is definitely the Sheila Taylor Deacon triangle of doom, because you just do not cross Sheila Carter Sharp and live to tell the tale without some serious trauma. Deacon hiding naked in the bushes is just the beginning of his humiliation. Taylor begging for her life is just the beginning of her terror. Sheila is coming for them, and she is going to take her sweet time making them suffer. So yeah, that is everything I know right now. My fingers are officially numb from typing so fast, and I need to go chug some water and lay down. But I will be back with more updates as soon as I get them, because this storyline is moving so fast, and I do not want you guys to miss a single second of the madness. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday, March 31 to see Sheila kick that door down, because it is going to be iconic. And let's all just pray for Deacon out there in the bushes, because he is going to need it. I mean, seriously, think about the logistics of hiding in a bush with no clothes on in the middle of the night in Los Angeles. It gets chilly near the ocean, you guys. Deacon is out there freezing his absolute butt off while his crazy wife is upstairs waving a butcher knife at his secret girlfriend. It is just the most absurd, ridiculous, soapy situation ever, and I love every single second of it. This is why we watch the show, for moments exactly like this. And Taylor, oh, poor dumb Taylor. She really thought she was being so sneaky. She really thought she could just have a little fun and nobody would ever know. But in the world of soap operas, there is no such thing as a secret. Every secret comes out eventually. And usually it comes out in the most dramatic, embarrassing way possible. Like your arch nemesis kicking down your bedroom door while you are in bed with her husband. You really cannot write better karma than that. And Steffie, I am so team Steffie right now. Steffie has been the only person with any common sense in this entire storyline. She saw this coming from a mile away. She told everyone exactly what was going to happen, and nobody listened to her. And now her house is vandalized, her mother is traumatized, and her family is in danger. Steffie has every right to be furious. She has every right to cut Taylor out of her life, because at some point you have to protect your kids from the toxic choices of the adults around you. And Taylor has proven that she cannot be trusted to make safe choices. So Tuesday is going to be a huge turning point for all these characters. The dynamic is going to shift permanently. Sheila is going to go from being the supportive, clueless wife to the calculating, vengeful mastermind. Deacon is going to go from being the smug, cheating husband to the terrified, hunted prey. Taylor is going to go from being the love-struck teenager to the paranoid victim. And Steffie is going to go from being the annoyed daughter to the furious mama bear protecting her cubs. It is going to be a wild ride, guys. A really, really wild ride. And I am so glad we get to experience it together. So keep watching, keep talking about it on social media, and keep checking back here for all the latest spoilers and updates, because the drama is only just beginning. And with Sheila Carter Sharp involved, you know it is going to end in tears.